An all Newfoundland and Labrador matchup in this quarterfinal game in the Masters competition at these National Ball Hockey Championships. We welcome you to a Friday morning inside the Glacier Arena. Mount Pearl, Newfoundland and Labrador. We've got the Newfoundland and Labrador Cabot Masters against the Newfoundland and Labrador Colonial Masters. So the COL on the scoreboard are the Colonial Masters, CAB are the Cabot Masters. Colonial team finished second in Division 1. Cabot team finished third in Division 2, so this is their crossover quarterfinal. And we are underway here at the Glacier. Jeremy Bishop ahead to Ryan Delaney. Delaney with a shot, that stopped. Ball comes along the boards. Delaney back at the point. White. That was stopped. Also has Donnie Goss. Back Delaney. Back to Goss. Goss with a shot. It's tipped. Goaltender wasn't quite sure where it was. Comes to the boards. Steve King couldn't get it out. Bishop. Tied up there by Robert Price. Price has got the ball. Gave it away at center. And then it's given right back to the Cabot team. Bill Camp down the boards. Back to get it. Back of the point. White doesn't shoot it. In along the boards. Tobin. Dump back in again. Will be sent down the floor, and we will get a flooring call against the Cabot Masters. White shot goes over the top of the goal. Cleared down the floor, racing onto it. That's number 66, Scott Drake for Cabot. Out in front. Can't get a shot through. Taken and cleared away. And again, it'll be a flooring call this time against Team Colonial. Face off. Down to our left. Shot comes off the end boards. Ray Martin's got it, covers it up. Bishop. Cross for Ryan Delaney. Back for Bishop. A little bit too hard for him. Terry Ryan in the corner, pokes it behind the goal to Bishop. Bishop off the boards. It'll be played out, but doesn't get out over center. Ryan's on it. Handrigan gets a stick on it. Sends it down, back to pick it up. Dion White quickly up ahead. Bishop gets it in over the blue line. Over to Ryan Delaney. Terry Ryan's in front. Delaney cross for Bishop. Bishop stepping in, shoots, scores! Jeremy Bishop. Bishop's here on the right side. He'll get the pass and show some great patience. There's traffic in front. Wait, then finds an opening. 1-0. Colonial Masters. Tipped in by Peter Cabot. It'll be covered up. It's Chris Feltham in goal for Cabot. Again, two teams from Newfoundland and Labrador this quarterfinal. Goss with a shot. Feltham's got it between the pads, holds on. Goss with a shot, another save by Feltham. Jamie Tobin in behind the goal. Tried to get it to Cabral. Sullivan over there looking for it. Dale Sullivan. Out to Cabral. Save is made by Feltham. Goss sends it back in. That's blocked away by Steve King. Goes back in behind the goal again. Tobin. King. King gets it up along the boards. Price trying to get away, gets it down the floor. Connors in looking for it, taken away by Reed. Shot from well out by Darrell Lush, goes over the top of the goal. Gambin was stopped as he got to the blue line. Drake drops it back, shot that hit the goal post. Stayed out. Bob Dawson thought he had one. Or it's not Bob Dawson. Darrell Lush, 16. But it clearly hit the post and stayed out. Beat the goaltender, stayed out. Bishop up the floor. White's onside. White tried to go to his backhand. Roll off the toe of his stick. That shot went in, hit some people, moved out. This is Bob Dawson. Dawson to center. All alone in front. Poke checked. Hopped over the stick of Smith. White will get there first. Headed in front. Smith moves it out. Up ahead to Handrigan. He stopped. That will bring it in over the blue line. Smith, all alone in front was Lucas. Scores! You can see DJ Lucas heading down the middle. Nobody picked him up. And they got the ball over. Both defenders go to the player at the blue line, and there's Lucas. You can't get much more open than that. And he makes no mistake on it, and we're tied. One. Tony Roach off the boards. Brought in offside by Lucas. He had to reach back for it. Pulled it in over the blue line after he had already crossed. Terry Ryan, Jeremy Bishop. Bishop with a shot. Save is made by Feltham. Price will bring it out for Cabot. Dump it in. Go down into the corner with Donnie Goss. Price hit hard into the boards. That's going to be a penalty against Donnie Goss. Officials get together and discuss what the call will be. Price is back up. It'll just be 2 for body contact, body checking. That's what it is. Goes up on the board. Power play for the Newfoundland and Labrador Cabot Masters. Dawson wins the face-off. Down to Dawson. Made a great pass. Ball just hopped over the stick of the Cabot player. Lush. To Drake. Dawson will come back to Lush. Shot stopped by Cabral. Drake. Drake steps in, shoots. Rebound is there. Martin makes a couple of saves. He's got it under his pad. Out near the blue line. It's Peter Cabral who blocked that shot and is not feeling too well after blocking it. Right off the ankle. He will make his way to the bench. Slowly. Minute 18 to go in the power play for Cabot. Kevin Relis around the boards. That'll get out. Lush back to pick it up in his own end. And ball spinning away from him. Have to go all the way back behind the goal. Lush chipped it in. He'll go in to chase it himself. Relis is back there. Dawson. Cabot come up with the ball. It's Drake, 66. In front, they score. Jason Voisey. Voisey's there in the slot. And he'll step back just to give himself a little bit of space. Pass right on the stick. 2-1. Cabot. Harold White gave it away. Handrigan shot. Save made by Bart. That rebound was there. Lucas almost had his second of the game. Jarvis, dump it in. Back first, Steve King. To Camp. Out towards the blue line, kept in by Bishop. Delaney. Delaney shoots. Save made by Feltham. Shot scores, Donnie Goss. This game's starting to look like the last one. Back and forth, lots of goals. Goss just coming out of the penalty box. makes up for it. We're getting the tying goal. Ryan Delaney to Donnie Goss. High, short side, 2-2. Trickles into Feltham. He's got it, holds on. If you like goals, you've loved this Friday morning so far. Goss back to get it. Pass was intercepted. On it over there, Evan Connors for Cabot. Down into the corner. Goss has got it. Price closing on him. Reverse it. Sean Kane. Flip pass. Just hopped over the stick of Robbie White. Bishop. Kane. Shot. Save is made. No traffic in front. Easy save for Feltham there. Both teams will change. All high in the air. Sullivan has it. Dale Sullivan then taken away. Boise couldn't get it out. Lush. Pass picked off. Sullivan. Dale Sullivan brings it in for Colonial. Shot was blocked. That will go the other way. London clearing it in for Cabot. Tobin. Back to Jarvis. Up to Tobin. Harold White shot off a stick. Up into the mesh. Faceoff will come inside the blue line. White, Goss, Bishop, Delaney, back to Bishop. Towards center. So it's Reed off the boards. And bring it out. Roach. Handrigan. Handrigan with shot. Scores! Wow. Simple play. Roach gets it to Handrigan. Handrigan. Top of the circle. Wrist shot. Beats Martin. Low stick side. (3-2) Cabot. We are getting a goaltending change. Daniel Medeiros will come in to replace Ray Martin, who gave up 3 goals on 4 shots. Martin has been Colonial Masters #1 goalie for a number of years now. Again, they are the defending national champions. Coach Steve Power pulls the trigger on his starting goaltender. Ball goes up in the air in the back of the net. Oh my! What's in the water here at the Glacier this morning? So many goals. Seems like every shot. And this one, the shot comes from well out. Reed. It hits Feltham, and the ball goes straight up in the air and straight down behind him and in the back of the goal. Not sure if it was touched or not, but it's 3-3. Only about halfway through this first period. Travers, his shot just goes wide. White gets credit for the goalie. That's number 93, Robbie White. Dawson knocked away from him. Almost too many men for Cabot. The player coming off the bench smartly jumped back onto the bench, back inside the gate to avoid that. Cabral. Tobin to Sullivan. Sullivan's shot, that's deflected, goes wide. Tobin's on it. Jamie Tobin. Nets come loose. Ball held by Feltham. Mentioned Steve Power coaching the Colonial Masters. Steve was also the coach of Canada's national women's team. And they played in Kosice, Slovakia last month. Gold medalists. Goss couldn't hold it in. He'll go back in his end to pick it up. All the way back. Bishop. Back to Goss. Sliding out to block it was Lucas. Reed trying to hold it in over there. Players swinging at it, missing it, and it's kept in. Now it comes out. Walsh off a stick into the corner. Price looking forward. Taken by Bishop. Bishop stopped at the blue line. Dumped in. Lush back to get it for Cabot. Lush high in the air, down the floor. Jarvis. Kane. Stopped. Good play there by Smith. Darryl Smith trying to bust in. Medeiros comes out, sweeps it to the boards. Following up on it was Scott Drake. Lush. Dawson. White has it. Harold White. Foisey's watching him. White. Trying to get it up ahead to Kane. That was stopped by Dawson. Drake cutting in front. Medeiros makes a save. Ball bouncing around and goes in behind the goal. And again, the net has been moved. (3-3) with 5:29 to go in the first period. Shots on goal, 12-5, favoring the Colonial Masters. Timeout. Oh, I thought the referee had indicated timeout. Cabral will bring it in over the blue line. Peter Cabral. Sullivan's shot goes wide. Tobin reaching for it. It'll come out. It'll go all the way back down the floor. Goss to Sullivan. Sullivan in over the blue line. Drops it off to Terry Ryan. Ryan back for Sullivan, is deflected. Feltham made the save. Roach leaves it in the corner. Poked out towards center. It'll be kept in. Ryan behind the goal. Taken away from him by Blunden. Ryan and Blunden battling back there. Ryan comes up with it. Delaney in there to help out. Delaney's got it. Back down for Terry Ryan. Bishop's in front. Bishop's got it. Bishop turns, shoots. Feltham has it and holds on. Both teams changing up. Beers the face-off against Walsh. Walsh won it, but then he'll be removed from the face-off circle. Price comes in to take it. Beirns won it, but it'll come outside. Jarvis back to get it. Beirns, he'll shoot it in. Walsh over on the other side for Cabot. Back behind his goal to Power. He's checked. Ball comes to the side of the goal. Feltham's got it and holds on. Dawson wins the faceoff for Cabot. Good outlet pass to Dawson. Then on to Voisey. Drake, Voisey. Tried to give it back to Drake. Poked away, kept in by Lush. And then it goes up into the Cabot bench. Dawson to face off against Terry Ryan. Two players just this week inducted into the Canadian Ball Hockey Hall of Fame, facing off against one another. Not something you're going to see often in any sport. Two active players in the Hall of Fame playing against each other. Ryan, shot, save was made. Delaney following up on it. Feltham's got that as well. Handrigan against Delaney. Faceoff was won by Cabot, but the ball goes up into the ceiling here at the Glacier. So the faceoff will come right back down to the left of goaltender Chris Feltham. Ryan in for Bishop, bounced off him, comes right back to Ryan. Shot, that goes wide. Delaney. Ryan Delaney tries to cut inside of Handrigan, couldn't get around him. Bishop fed it in front, cleared out. That'll go down the floor. Wasn't touched by anybody, so it'll be a flooring call against Cabot. 2:17 to go. Shots are 16-5, favoring Colonial, but the score is tied at 3. Jarvis and along the boards. Tobin right in front to Sullivan off the stick of Campen, out of play. And now we do get the timeout call. Cabot has called the timeout. Cabot team heading over to their bench. Got to be pretty pleased right now. Tied at 3. Hang around, give yourself a chance, and who knows? Now they're playing well. Feltham with the save. White. Sullivan shot into Feltham. They pile in there. Feltham's got it. Tobin with it for Colonial, threw it in front. White. He'll come back towards White. He'll go all the way down the floor. Another flooring call against Cabot. Goss with a shot. Feltham with another save. Goss. And the Byrnes. Reed with a shot. Another save by Feltham. Kane. They'll try and get him a return pass. That doesn't work. Connors for Cabot. Clears it out down the floor. Not be enough for flooring. Reed gets it quickly over to Donnie Goss. Goss straight up the floor. Goss in over the blue line. Goss trying to break through. Can't do it. But the attempt to clear it by London goes straight up in the air. So with 1:03 to go, another face-off in the Cabot end. Again, Dawson against Ryan. Ryan won that one. Dawson couldn't get away. Ryan Delaney. Delaney with some room. Delaney shoots. Another save made by Feltham. Ryan, he'll shoot it. That one went wide. Delaney. Back at the point. White. Behind the goal. Taken back there by Voisey. Jarvis was all over him. Comes back to Jarvis. Whistle goes. Say the net was moved and it was hit by a member of the Colonial team. So they're going to move the face-off outside the blue line. Ryan Delaney all alone in on Chris Feltham, and Feltham another big save. He's been solid. He's given up 3, but he's had a lot of shots to deal with. Timeout, Colonial Masters. .4 seconds to go here in the opening period. Dawson's going to get waved out. Drake will take the face-off against Ryan. Poked out by Dawson. Jarvis back in his own end. To White. He'll flip it in. That was from his own side of center by maybe half a foot. Will it prove costly? 11.4 seconds. Face off down in the Colonial Masters end. Cabot win the face-off. Shot, that just went wide. Goss is on it. 3 seconds to go. They'll hold it back there. Cabot had a chance. Buzzer goes to end the first period. 3-3 tie. Shots on goal, 20-5. This all Newfoundland and Labrador matchup in the Masters competition will continue in about 5 minutes from now with period number 2. And we will be right back with that in just a few minutes. We've got a 3-3 tie between the two teams from Newfoundland and Labrador. This Masters quarterfinal matchup. It's set for period number 2. And we are underway in the second frame. Dumped in, Feltham. Quickly they move it up. Into the corner. Reed. Drake is over there for Cabot. For Dawson, went off his stick. Gambin will bring it out. Gambin. Shot high off the glass. Jason Beirns was knocked down. Play continues on. Quick outlet. Handled there by Boise. White. Jarvis. Ryan Delaney knocked off his stick. Back to Jarvis. Up at center, Jeremy Bishop takes it off the boards. Bishop breaking in. Bishop shoots. Scores! How did he find the room? Jeremy Bishop, his second of the game. Bishop did a great job here at center to take that ball off the boards. And it looked like Feltham was in perfect position right here. He had about 2 inches inside the post, and that's right where he put it. Four to 3. Delaney. Ryan. Back to Delaney. That went wide. Ryan quickly across to Delaney. Back to Ryan. Bishop's in front. Deion White, the other side. Justin Kendall. Broken up at center. Peter Cabral. Cabral will shoot it himself. Kicked away by Feltham. Tobin. Cross forward to Sullivan. Cabral plays it into the corner. Cabral on it again. Cabral turning, tried to leave it for Tobin. Cabral's got it, shoots, save made by Feltham. Cabral will get to the boards, get to the ball first. Still going. Sullivan, Tobin was looking for Cabral, couldn't get a stick on it. Drake for Cabot, taken away by Cabral. What a shift. Tobin shot, that's blocked. Out at center. Played back in by Tobin. Sullivan. And finally Cabot will get it and just clear it down the floor. Great shift by the captain, Peter Cabral, that time. It's all over the floor. The ball just kept following him, or he kept following it. It'll go out of play over the glass. Cabot, bring it out. As Lush dumps it in. Kane leaves it back there to White. Robbie White. Knocked off his stick by Smith. He'll go back and get it. Over to Harold White. White to the blue line, clears it in. He'll back off and head to the bench. Lush. In over the blue line. Ball comes back to him. Feeds it into the middle. Unable to get the shot away with Smith. Stays with it. Smith still with the ball. Smith turning. Cleared away. Gambin. Dumps it in wide of the goal. Feltham leaves it there for Lush. And come all the way back into the Colonial end. Reed. Backhanded in by Travers. He'll head off. Dawson. Off the boards. They tried to get it to Lucas. Goss back behind his goal. To Reed. Back to Goss. Donnie Goss up the middle to Jeremy Bishop. He's got Ryan on his right. That's where the ball goes. Ryan back at the blue line. Down to Bishop. Pass was intended for Delaney, a little bit behind him. Delaney will pick it up off the boards. Turn in the middle for Bishop. Bishop trying to get turned around. Stopped by Steve King. Back to Delaney. Back to Bishop. Ball went off the top of the blade of the stick into the corner. Delaney will bring it in. Over to Ryan. To Delaney right in front. Shot off the defenseman's foot to the corner. Terry Ryan. Shot. That goes wide. Kept in by Kane. Ryan. Delaney. Kane. Delaney. Kicked away by Feltham. Player knocked down at the blue line as the ball came up. Slow to get up. It's Evan Connors. Ball was up in the air. It was a jump ball. And got hit in the face. Jarvis. Got some room. He'll shoot it. Scores! You just see when he got that ball back there, nobody came out to challenge him. And there was a lane. There it is, right from the face-off. The ball will go over to Jarvis. He'll go collect it off the boards and he's given room. Get it at the net, good things can happen. A 2-goal lead now for the defending national champions. Unable to get through was Jason Powell for Cabot. Out at center, knocked down. Smith lost it. Bearns backhanded in, head to the bench. Quick changes by Colonial Masters here in the second period. Medeiros sends it to the boards. Goss has it. Up ahead to Cabral. Cabral has it. Knocked off his stick. Cabral turns it over. Foisey lost his stick, intercepted the pass, but couldn't go get it. That will allow Colonial to bring it in. Shot by Reed, goes up. Feltham's got that and holds on. Top line comes out again for Colonial. Ryan, Bishop, and Delaney. Feltham's got it in the glove, hangs on. Dion White, the left point for Colonial. Well, now he'll be replaced by Johnny Jarvis. Reelis back behind his goal. Watched by Drake. Gets it up ahead to Delaney. Quickly into Terry Ryan. Ryan gets the ball to settle. Back to Delaney. Looking for Bishop. Kicked away by Feltham. Harold White able to hold it in. Bishop behind the goal. Bishop passed it out quickly to Delaney. Knocked off his stick to the corner. Delaney to Ryan. Ryan goes into the corner. Back to the point. He's looking for Bishop. That was taken away. Drake into the middle. Shot by Voisey. The rebound is there. It's still loose, not covered. Comes out towards center. It'll be kept in. Long shot by Blunden goes wide. Then Handrigan had a chance in front. Through. Gave it away. Gambon couldn't shoot it. He'll get it in behind the goal over into the far corner. Tommy Beckett couldn't reach up, or couldn't reach the ball. Catch up to it is where I was going with that. Goss. Gambon. Gambon with a shot, saved by Feltham. Tried to use the defender as a bit of a screen. Goss pinching in. Walsh for Cabot. Again, another full line change for Colonial. Cabot will get a change in as well. Dump down into the corner. Hustling in there. Roach couldn't get to it. Goss. Tobin. To Cabral. Down in the corner. Peter Cabral. Colonial player knocked down in front, Dale Sullivan, and that's going to be a penalty to Cabot. Body contact. Ian Walsh going to the penalty box. Ryan wins the faceoff. Bishop will play back the point on the power play. Bishop shoots it, save, rebound is loose there. Goes into the crowd. Keep your head up down there. Face-off win by Colonial. Jeremy Bishop back at the point. One-time shot by White was wide. White hustles back to get there ahead of Price. Up ahead to Bishop. Minute 23 to go in the power play. Bishop in over the blue line. Gets a return pass. Bishop turning in the corner. Back Ryan Delaney. Robbie White. Bishop's back up top. White. Bishop, White. Want somebody to come over by the near boards. Now they get there's Terry Ryan. Back to White. Bishop. Looked one way, shot at that goal, went wide. 30 seconds. Delaney. Ryan. Back to Bishop. To White. Bishop will shoot it. Knocked down in front and cleared down the floor. Just a dozen seconds to go in the man advantage. Bishop gets it, clears it in, and go to the bench. That'll do it. And the penalty is now over. Then they turn it over. Dale Sullivan all alone. He intercepted that pass. Price has got it for Cabot. Dawson. Tried to feed it ahead for Price. Price got a stick on it, dumped it in. Walsh got it over to the far corner. Goss gave it away. Right in front, shot saved by Medeiros, who has not been busy at all since coming in replacing Ray Martin in that first period after Martin gave up the third goal on 4 shots. That's only the 5th shot that Medeiros has faced, and that may have been the most difficult one. Weak clearing attempt, knocked down by Smith. He can't get a shot through. Jarvis. We'll take it outside the blue line, have a look around. Over to Bearns. Shot on goal, kicked away by Feltham. Handrigan back in behind the goal to Smith. Looking for Handrigan, nobody touched it, it'll go on goal, so Medeiros will stop it, leave it for White. Harold White gave it away. Handrigan in alone, Medeiros makes the save and the ball goes out of play. Next game scheduled for noon here in Newfoundland and Labrador. We'll move to the men's competition, quarterfinal. Newfoundland and Labrador Black Horse to take on the Edmonton Top Whale. Black Horse finished first in the men's competition. They were tied with New Tech. A great game they had last night. 2 undefeated teams went to overtime, couldn't settle it. Black Horse got first on the plus-minus by a single goal. So they get the 8th place team, Edmonton Top Whale. So it'll be a first versus 8th for us at noon. Mike Gambon got it in over the blue line, drops it back, Jeremy Bishop. Bishop. And he's looking for Ryan Delaney. Delaney's got it in the corner. Terry Ryan in there. Ryan's got it back at the point. Goss. Ryan turned, tried to shoot it, went off a leg. Ryan cuts it off back at the blue line, drops it back for Goss. Goss able to walk right in. Goss shot is blocked. Jason Powell stopped at the blue line. Bishop comes back to get it for Colonial. Gives it to Goss. This side to Gerald Reed. Jarvis takes it back behind his goal as Colonial complete a line change. 4.5 left to go in regulation time. Sullivan. Delaney. Tobin. Back to, that's Peter Cabral, not Delaney. To Jarvis. Jarvis, long shot, right on goal. Feltham had to make the save. Tobin to White. It's knocked down, kicked away. Lucas with it. TJ Lucas, that'll go into the Colonial players bench. Face-off will come just outside the blue line. Under 4 to play. Backhanded in. King. Fanned on that pass. White steps into it. He fanned on the shot. Off the toe of the stick. Kane back in behind the goal. Bearns. To White. It's blocked by King. And it comes out over center. So they've got to clear the zone and bring it back in. They've cleared the zone. They'll bring it all the way back into their own end. Take their time. 3 minutes to go, leading by 2. Relis. Cabot was changing. Gammon gets to it, dumps it in. Too many players on the floor. Will go against Cabot. Rick Windsor will go in to serve the penalty. Face-off won by Colonial. We are under 3 to go in this one. In regulation time. Colonial on the power play. Reed. Goss. Back to Reed. Goss. Reed. He'll shoot it. Goes to the corner. Beckett is out there. Gambin. Backhanded in. Gambin has it. And that'll come out all the way down the floor. Medeiros. Give it to Goss. That forward line goes off and they send on the line of Ryan, Delaney, and Bishop. King in the corner gets it out and down the floor. So 7, Bill Kemp. Goss. Tried to give it to Jarvis. Feltham comes out, plays it into the corner. Blunden gets it down the floor. Goss up to Bishop. Jeremy Bishop. Trying to get it to Terry Ryan. That's rejected at the blue line and sent back down the floor. Medeiros over to Goss. Dawson with it. Played it into the middle of the floor. Nobody could get a stick on it. Delaney gets it up ahead for Ryan. Ryan whiffed on it, and that'll be a flooring call against Colonial with just 3 seconds to go in the power play. Not a lot of urgency in that power play, but it did take 2 minutes off the clock, and we're down to under a minute to go now. So again, once this game ends, we'll turn things to the men's A. As I mentioned, first up, Newfoundland Labrador Black Horse take on the Edmonton Topwell, and then at 1:30, our second quarterfinal in the men's A, Saskatoon Buffalo versus Niagara War Pigs. Interesting matchup. Saskatoon and Niagara played in the final game last night. Saskatoon needed a couple of points, and they would have finished first in the division. They were tied with both Black Horse and New Tech. Black Horse and New Tech tied their game last night, got a point each. So 2 points for Saskatoon would have leapfrogged them into first place. They lost that game 3-2 to Niagara, ended up finishing third. And those two teams meet again this afternoon. Cabot net is empty. They've got the 6 attackers out there. Ball is kept in at center. Smith towards goal. That goes wide. Comes off the end boards. Handrigan had a swing at it. Couldn't make contact. There was room. Handrigan turns, shoots again. Medeiros has got it and hangs on. 38.6 to go. Face-off win by Cabot. Smith. That goes over into the far corner. Comes out. Net is empty. Gambin will put it into the empty net. And that will do it. A 3-goal lead now for the Colonial Masters. They will advance to the semifinals. Gambin. Yep. 6-3. We will have their semifinal game later today. Let the clock run out here. And now it is officially over. And the Masters semifinals we played this evening at 4:30 and 6 o'clock. So the defending champs survive a bit of a scare. Tied 3-3 after the first period. Cabot gave them all they could handle. So we'll take a little break right now. We'll be back in about 10 minutes from now with our next game. Men's matchup, Newfoundland and Labrador Black Horse taking on Edmonton Top Whale.